gonna give him that damn touchdown! Touchdown!
Now get him! Get him! Get him down! Get him down! Get him down! All right! Come on! Come on! Get him! Get him! Get him! Get him! Get him! Get him!
All right, let it bounce. Don't touch it.
Take it, Brandon.
All right.
Come on, go! Keep pushing. Keep going! Come on! Go around! Come on, push it. Come on, Brian. Come on, Dave! Hold it! Go, keep going! Where is it? Turn around! Oh, man.
They're coming!
Come on, get him!
Right!
Get him down! All right! Come on, get him! Come on, get him! Get him down!
All right!
Come on, get back there! Get him!
That was a clip!
Come on, get him down! Come on! Look out! Get him! Watch him! Get him! Come on, out!
That's it, boy!
Real focus for me again. Congratulations to all three programs.
Oh, they did? Mr. Gordy. Oh my God.
They got no effect for state now. I mean, they can.
Amy, would you make sure I get my program? Stick it inside my purse or something.
Stick it in. Keep it on there?
Yeah, as soon as
Look at who's doing that?
What was the temperature down there, Danny?
Oh boy, it was probably in the 80s every single day.
And you swam?
Swam, ate, did a lot of things.
Any sharks
No,
in the
dolphins.
water?
We saw
Dolphins,
some
really?
dolphins. Mm-hmm.
As swimming next to them?
Mm-hmm. Well, we weren't swimming next to them, but we saw them swimming next to each other.
Oh, okay. Wow,
You
that's
know,
pretty impressive. Yeah.
At the same time.
You're thrilled. I think it's great. You can do that stuff down in Mexico.
That's terrific.
You've never been to Mexico?
I've never been there.
Oh,
Cancun,
you're
no.
deprived.
I was cold back, well, it wasn't cold. It was a beautiful weekend, autumn weekend. So,
Yeah, you missed some pretty good temperatures up here.
Yes, you did.
Just
Did I?
take your 80 degrees and get out of here.
yeah, haha. You missed it. You were down.
You missed it all.
Welcome back, Diane.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Missed it all.
Where we got-
Northwestern win.
Yep.
Our game of the week. The World Series is over. And you were down in Mexico. Oh, well. I'll figure it anyway.
Life goes on.
Yeah, well, our Star Channel game of the week featured two teams in need of a win. Now, you're probably saying, hey, Chip, Stevenson didn't need a win because they're the North Suburban champs and they're already in the playoffs. Duh. Well, that's true, but they would like to go in on a high note and not suffer a letdown by thinking that Zion would just roll over and play dead. See, the ZBs were looking to close out what became a disappointing season on a high note by coming up with the big-time upset. But it wasn't meant to be, however, as Stevenson just keeps going and going and going like the Energizer Bunny as they beat Zion 48-22. Now, you'll get to see the game in its entirety later this week, but for now, be content with this group of highlights.
That flag in the lower portion of the shot, that's beautiful. Bees have the football. Look at the speed here. Good night.
Boy, Josh Adams.
95 yards. Sprint. 4th down, 6, Norvell. Little shovel pass, 1st down. Adams. Josh Adams. Ho ho! 10-yard line. Touchdown!
Man, I tell you what, that was all Josh Adams on that play, ladies and gentlemen. Is this guy a player or what?
This guy can play.
A lot of Zion there, but it was really Stevenson that came out big in this one. And Stevenson will head into the playoffs with a perfect 9-0 record and will take on Collinsville, who comes in at 6-3. Stevenson will host the game on Friday night and go into the postseason as the 3rd-seeded team in Class 6A. As for Zion, they close out the year at 5-4, which isn't too bad considering it was for a new head coach and first-year man Gary Bereiter. Now stick around, I'll have more after this. And Saturday at noon. Now the only other area team to make it to the playoffs is the Lake Forest Scouts, but they're not going in the way many people, yours truly included, thought they would. See, the Scouts faced the Antioch Sequoits on Saturday, who were hoping that with a win, they would have a chance at 6-3 to make the playoffs. Well, they went 1 for 2. The Sequoits stunned the Scouts 28-25, but unfortunately did not get an invite to the tourney because they did not have enough points under the IHSA rules to qualify. Nonetheless, the Sequoits did what only the Stevenson Patriots could do this year, and that was beat the Scouts. Brandon Polheber scored 2 touchdowns on the day on runs of 6 and 1 yards to help the squad get their biggest win of the year. However, they are not going into the postseason like Lake Forest is. The Scouts go in as the number 15 seed in Class 5A at 7-2 and will take on Julian out of the Chicago Public League on Saturday afternoon. Other games over the weekend, Libertyville High School closed out at 6-3 as they hammered West Chicago 37-8. Brian Smythe came up with 2 touchdowns. As I said, the Libertyville Wildcats finished the season at 6-3. However, they too do not make the postseason, so they and Antioch, despite the 6 wins, didn't get enough points to qualify. The Waukegan Bulldogs team would like to become a little happier with some new equipment if they could, and they are starting up a garage sale to try to get funds to get that new equipment. In fact, they are having a garage sale on 2 separate weekends, the 1st and 2nd of November, as well as the 8th and 9th.
Focused on Ozaki and Washington counties. Most of the
Packers pregame starts at 6 o'clock. Mike?
Now, that is a big day. Tom, thanks. So most fans claim they were never worried in the first place. A few even said it's not too early to make plans to go to the Super Bowl in San Diego come January. Well, if Fox 6 News were a stadium, there'd be standing room only for crowd-pleasing sports today. Tom Pippins has today's oohs and ahs. Tommy.
Mike will include the Packers and Patriots, plus a big play from Carthage College and Millikan. Will he catch it or not? Give you the answer, Michael Jordan, much more.
And now, Tom Pippins' crowd-pleasing sports.
We dress up today's segment with a Michael Jordan clothing commercial, plus a Hail Mary pass and Packers-Patriots highlight. Our crowd-pleasing play is T-Buck's pick in the Miami-Chicago game. Former Packer Terrell Buckley scoops up a Bears fumble and runs it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Motormouth finally has something to shout about. I can hear him now.
Oh, brother.
Our crowd-pleasing debut is Michael Jordan's clothing commercial. It airs for the first time during the Packers-Patriots game. Our crowd-pleasing quote comes from the two-time league MVP in a taping of Talking Football with Brett Favre. Number 4 tells us about the surprise no-huddle offense in the Packers' win over the Patriots.
So we just felt like we could go like what we call a no-huddle, where you don't have to be in a real hurry. You can just kind of watch what the defense is doing, but you get on the line. You go from the line so the defense can't huddle up and run a certain defense against you. And our guys were in good enough shape. They were dying a little bit towards the end, but at least they hung in there. Their guys were really tired.
Our crowd-pleasing moment is a game-ending Hail Mary pass in the Carthage College Millikan contest. Carthage trails by a point with 7 seconds to play. Quarterback Eric Corbett throws the bomb to Chris Norton. Touchdown! Carthage wins! Our crowd-pleasing highlight is courtesy of Tyrone Williams. The Packers cornerback